Howdy, howdy, what is going on, everybody? I hope you are doing well whenever you're watching this. Welcome back to my channel, The Stone Mandalorian. I am the Stone motherfucking Mando, or you can call me Cody, whichever you prefer. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at the Wampa from the Black series, the Hoth Wampa, and this is the 2020 reissue that came. This figure first came out in 2015. As you can see, I got this for 55, and my little comic shop has started to climb on the aftermarket. I do believe it was around $35 when it retailed in 2015. But like I said, you can see that this is the exclusive Kenner style packaging with the full card art. Looks really badass. Looks beautiful. You can kind of see the design on there. You see the Wampa on there and Luke and everything. Now, like I said, this did come out in 2015 with Luke, and they reissued it in 2020. That first version of the Wampa, I'll put a little picture right here, had blood on it, and the second version, the reissued version, has a little more different paint. It's got some slightly darker fur, and also it's got a darker look on the palms, claws, and horns. And here he is right here, the Black Series Wampa. And I was so stoked to find this figure at my local comic shop. I could not believe it. 55. I've seen him go for as much as, like, you can probably score him from anywhere from 50 to 80 bucks on the lower side. But man, this is a really bulky figure. And just for reference, this is like really my only Hoth representation in my collection. Here's little Princess Leia. So you can just see how gargantuan and giant that the Wampa creature actually is. And I have had some issues trying to get this arm off. You can kind of see the red on the inside of there. You're supposed to be able to take the arm off and it simulate that scene where Luke cuts off his arm in the cave. But you can also see some deep cut hinges here. You can get some, it's been a bigger figure. 90 degrees is pretty impressive. So you get 90 degrees here. The shoulders, no articulation in this right shoulder, just due to it being cut for the Empire Strikes Back representation, but you get some decent range out of the shoulder here, also as well as the elbow. Wrist articulation, looking at it now, I can't, looks to be a horizontal hinge here on the right hand, and I would assume it would be the same on the left hand. Yep, horizontal hinges here on both the left and right hand. Now, getting down here, you can kick out pretty much straight in front of him, not too shabby. And a lot of kickback out of this figure, actually. He can pretty much kick all the way back. That's pretty wild. There is thigh swivel. Hashtag bring back thigh swivel Hasbro. It's just a cut. So that's pretty nice. Really smooth thigh swivel too. About that much mobility out of the hips. So you're not going to get a full split, but you don't need to out of a Wampa. Unless you want your Wampa doing yoga. But here's another hinge right here. And get some decent range out of the ankles. Not anything crazy. You got some rockers, of course. The plastic overlays that go over the certain joints to represent the fur have some softness to them, have some give, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. Helps with articulation as much as it can. But that's pretty much rundown of articulation. So let's get a close-up look here at the paint. And you can see the beautiful pink in the mouth, very clean teeth for the white. I like this kind of like brownish color going around his eyes and the nose. Really nice clean paint here on the claws as well, as you can see. Get a little bit close-up look here. Very clean paint. The paws are painted. The 2015 version does not have the painted paws or the darker nails or horns. Nice detail on the horns here. And just the sculpt of the fur itself looks fantastic. Got some more color going down here, kind of like a brownish khaki sand color. Beautiful sculpting on this figure, man. Wampa is such a cool creature. It's like the Star Wars abominable snowman, like a Hoth Bigfoot, if you will. The original version has blood coming out of the mouth, as you can see from the scene from Empire Strikes Back, to emulate when the Wampa's eating that. He's kind of snacking on that tauntaun, little late night, midnight snack. This reissue, the 2020 version, which is what I have here currently in my hands, does not have the blood, but the horns here are darker. The claws and the nails are darker. There's also paint on the inside of the palms, and the toenails are darker as well. Whereas the 2015 version, it's got more of a gray color. This is more of a glossy black. But overall, really fantastic looking figure. I'm super stoked to have the Wampa in my collection. I don't have a whole lot of Hoth representation in my collection in general, to be honest. I do have Empire Strikes Back representation, but just not so much for the Hoth side of things. But that being said, man, I would love to see more creatures from not only the O tier, like random aliens, but creatures specifically, like Uh, Prequel related, like I would love to see the Accolade, the Reek, the Nexu in a 1/12 scale version. That would just be absolutely insane. And the sculpt on this man is so awesome. I would love to pick up another one of these, man. Really awesome sculpt. I love the kind of gradients, the extra paint that they did with the just to give it a little bit of extra pops of color with the fur here. And for this being a sculpt all the way from 2015, it really does hold up well. It really really does. You know, you can it does everything you want a Wampa to do, and it's just oh man, it's just such a giant figure. And just for representation, I'm going to scoot this to the side for a second and let y'all really get a good look. Here is another creature from the Black Series, and I believe this came out 2018. If I'm not, I might be waffling there. I could be wrong. I'll double check and post it. But you can see here is the dewback and frame with the Wampa, and you can just see. And then this is the old school 2013 Stormtrooper. You can just see the size of these two creatures, man. It would be so rad to start getting creatures like this again in the Black Series. To be honest with you, whether it's OT or prequel related, it's just the only thing is most creatures and every single vehicle, every Black Series vehicle has gone on clearance, and if I'm not mistaken, most creatures as well. But that being said, man, 2015, this is a fantastic looking mold, great representation for this creature of Star Wars, and I'm just super happy to have it. 55 bucks at my local comic shop. You just can't beat that. And on that note, if you do have any local comic shops around you, maybe try to go support them and not just buy for like off eBay or Big Bad or obviously you're not gonna find a Wampa on Big Bad, but you get what I'm saying. Like obviously if you really want it, look on eBay or Mercari and get what you want, of course. But if you can, check out some of your local spots, your local comic shops and toy stores, mom and pop shops. When you come in there and spend money regularly, it really does mean a lot to them if they're cool people, owners, management. But try to get to know somebody local at a store. Go in there, spend some money. Don't be afraid to, be a little generous when you can and buy what you can because they really do appreciate it, man. It helps put food on their table and keep their lights on. But like I said, man, 55 bucks. Super stoked to have the Wampa, man. I've had them for a few weeks now, a few months. I'm just now getting around to reviewing them, but absolutely phenomenal looking figure. I am so happy to have it. If you enjoy this review, hit that like button and subscribe. I do a lot of Star Wars: The Black Series. That is my bread and butter here on my channel, but I do also cover other IPs and franchises, other lines like NECA, McFarlane, Hammond Collection, Mattel, stuff like that. But I hope you all having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. I appreciate you taking the time to hang out with me and check this out. May the Force be with you.